Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Emma and Georgia, and today we are watching Queen Charlotte Season 1 Episode 6, the finale. If you want to watch our uncut series reactions, link to the Patreon is down below.
Last episode, the focus shifted quite a lot onto Lady Danbury and Violet Bridgerton and their past. I thought it was very interesting seeing Lady Danbury. Once she had lost her husband, she was trying to fight very hard and in a lot of turmoil about whether or not she would lose her title. And she was also under a lot of pressure from other black members of the community. She loses her titles, that means that they will too, and their future generations won't get to keep the title. So she eventually made a stand to the Dowager Princess and brought her son along, who was the cutest little boy ever, by the way. And he just proclaimed that he was Lord Danbury, and hopefully the Dowager Princess and Lord Bute make the right decision and she's able to keep it, because, well, we know that she keeps it, but I don't know if it'll be them that makes the right decision or whether Charlotte will fight her corner or something like that.
But we don't really know the outcome yet. I think we'll probably will this episode, because having that title is a big deal to Lady Danbury, because, you know, they gave her that title and you can't expect them to take it away. Like, it's just wrong, and they're so caught up in this great experiment that they want it to work and all that. Well, this would be a good thing to do, and
yeah, the great experiment won't work if you strip them from their titles.
I know, that's gonna completely demolish everything you want to do. So hope Lord Bute gets the stick out of his ass and grants Lady Danbury the title. So hopefully she keeps it, and well, we do know she keeps it, but it's a question of how she goes about it.
And she found solace in the like-minded mind of Lord Ledger, which...
Oh, yes, she did.
I kind of sort of ship, but it feels so wrong to ship.
Oh god, I'm so on the fence about it.
Because they really did have good chemistry, I think.
They did. They found a common interest in rambling and being in unhappy marriages.
Yeah.
They had a really good back and forth last episode, and I thought they were going to be great friends. Oh, that changed into a full-on relationship, really, when at the end of the episode, when she invited him in, when he appeared at her door. He was ready to pursue with his homemade crown he made for her, which Lady Danbury has kept to this day, which is very sweet.
Her face when she put that on kind of haunts me still.
I know. And she visited the place that her and Ledger went to on their walk, so these tender memories she really does hold to her heart and cherishes. So it shows that Ledger had a real impact on her life, and kind of sad what it will happen to them in the future, because obviously she's not with Ledger.
I do wonder how long, I assume he's dead in the present day, but yeah, I do wonder how long it carried on for, and whether she took Violet under her wing because of him, whether he asked her to, or she just wanted to do it out of duty to him or something. It's a bit weird how friendly they are now, though, and what they were talking about last episode, Lady Danbury telling Violet that she's okay to have these urges because women can have urges and look after themselves and stuff like that. It's really weird knowing that she slept with her dad.
And Violet doesn't seem to know about it either, because, you know, if you found out that one of your BFFs has shagged your dad, you're not going to be friends with them, are you? So, and Violet has, you know, she confided in Lady Danbury last episode about her urges to be intimate with somebody, and, you know, that's a close friend sort of conversation, so I don't think she knows, and that's kind of shady on Lady Danbury's side. She's keeping this massive secret with one of her best friends. Who does that?
King George was getting tortured pretty much the whole episode, and Reynolds was very uncomfortable with it. He didn't really know what was going on, and he kept trying to stop it, but they would just push him out. He wasn't allowed in. So thankfully, eventually, Charlotte turned up And she found him like that and just ordered them to stop. So hopefully this is the end of Monroe, the doctor, and he can just get out. But George looked like he was in an absolute state. He didn't seem himself. He was like a broken shell of a man. So Charlotte pulled him back down to earth by having him feel her stomach and revealing that she is in fact pregnant and there is a baby there waiting to be born.
She's ready to give birth any day now by the looks of things. We've seen that he responds well to reassurance and support by his closest and trusted friends like Reynolds and the Queen. So if he just is surrounded by a good support system, I think it will improve his mental health. And not being drowned repeatedly every day and being subjected to such torture, like, that's not going to help things. And I'm so glad that the Queen did something about it, because if they carried on, he'd probably be dead.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm glad she put an end to it.
Although it might have left him with long-lasting damage already.
Yeah,
but
probably.
the Queen stays by his side, we know that at least.
Very intense.
Oh, that was a sneer.
Oh, it's Monroe. Or is he going to be punished?
Oh, that would be amazing if he got his own treatment.
It does you honour that you came so quickly.
Oh, what?
Your
Wait,
Highness,
what?
I believe I should inform you.
I do not have time for pleasantries. Dismissed. That is not possible. The king would not do such a thing. What is he up to? She did this?
Oh God, she's not going to be happy.
He is all I have ever known. We were children together. He was...
It'd be weird to see her remarried though.
I had a great love. I do not expect another.
It is a great adventure you embark upon.
So is she going to enter society with Eloise?
Oh my god!
Are these from your travels?
Oh no, she's
The
going to find
tiara.
something.
She's going to find out!
In the most interesting of places.
She dug it out for the first time in God knows how long and left it
Discoveries
there.
are
Oh my
everywhere.
god.
And the fact that she kept it means it meant something too.
Royal House remains
my
infertile
gosh.
ground.
That's so many
It
kids.
seems
Once
as if
again,
a
they're
certain
having a painting
continued
done and
lack
George
of
isn't there.
Fruitful bounty has left a
It's really
despondent
depressing.
chill in the palace halls.
It's the most normal. Her hair is
Brings
overlooked.
This
I know.
crown is breaking my neck.
It's a big boy crown.
to behold, Your Majesty.
Do you feel better?
You should not have come.
I was most happy to come.
No.
I am so sorry,
You should not have come.
Oh, just
do not
accept
want
her
you here.
in.
George.
Let her do what she
Go back
wants,
to
George.
Buckingham.
Please.
I do not want you. I want never to see you. Leave.
It's not working.
She's not falling for it anymore.
Get out!
I will not go.
I command
She's very
you, go!
stubborn.
I will stay! I command it! Perhaps you stay away from me because you care for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Perhaps
that.
you stay away because you love me.
He's looking at her like, bruh.
We can.
He's
This conversation is. I cannot
suppressing
do
it.
this.
Love me.
I never wanted
Do
to
you
marry.
love me?
I never. Charlotte, please stop.
Is it because you do not believe that I could love you? I do.
Oh.
Of course she does.
If you do not love me, all you have to say is that you do not love me, and I will go. I will go back to Buckingham House, and we can live our separate lives, and I will have this baby alone. First, you have to say that you do not love me.
Please don't say it.
He won't. I've got faith in him.
You do not wish a life with me for yourself. No one wishes that.
George, I will stand with you between the heavens and the earth. I will tell you where you are. Do you love me?
I love you.
No, I finally said it. I was like, we're going to be here all day at this rate.
From the moment I saw you trying to go over the wall,
Oh.
I have loved you desperately. I cannot breathe when
I
you are
knew
not
he
near.
loved
I
her
love you, Charlotte.
at
Oh
first sight.
god, I'm going to start crying. We're only like 10 minutes in. Oh, I knew it. I knew he loved her.
Bridgerton does the best love declarations.
Honestly, they really do.
I wanted you to know. This darkness is...
It's just accepting it for what it is. You know, it's a part of him.
You bring the light.
It is you and me.
It's our burden though.
We can do this. Together.
He doesn't have to go for it alone. A little king. Oh. Jesus, the waterworks are going to come in. Just wait until you see what a donut he becomes. He is going to show.
There's someone behind him.
Is that Violet behind him?
What are you doing all the way out here?
Getting out of Mother's hair.
It is nice to see you too.
I wish that we might see one another again, but I understand how busy you are.
And how busy you are.
Perhaps one day she will have an unimpeachable reputation, much like yours.
Yes. My reputation is quite respected.
This is so uncomfortable.
I think this is them breaking up.
I wish you happiness as well.
I think he's basically saying like he wants his daughter to have a fine reputation and he doesn't want to ruin anyone, so it has to stop.
Gotta read between the lines.
I wanted to thank you for your kindness after my husband passed.
I wonder if Violet
Lady
remembers this
Danbury is your
encounter.
kindness, for which I should be showing gratitude.
Goodbye to Lord Ledger.
Goodbye, Lady Danbury.
Aww. Maybe it was just a one-time thing.
I think maybe if he'd gone alone, he knew he wouldn't have been able to resist, so he brought Violet along to show why he can't continue.
We come on behalf of all of us, your children.
You represent the family, do you?
Your baby race is cruel.
Oh.
You focus on nothing else. Georgie is grieving. His daughter is dead.
I am well aware.
Yet you have shown him not one moment of real
She
kindness.
said prayers. Isn't that kindness?
Sorrow's
Show
prayers.
none of us regard or compassion.
I do agree,
Do
though.
you know how hard we have
Yeah, I
worked to
know.
provide you with your precious heir? Do you know how many babies I have lost before they were ready to be born?
I did not.
Why didn't they tell her that?
You do not learn about us, you do not care for what we care for. Our happiness is not your goal.
Nonsense. That's your mother.
You have never been a mother.
If you understood the sacrifices, how hard I have worked to make sure you each.
There are some similarities between her and the Dowager Princess.
There is, actually.
No.
He's in a good mood now.
Oh, you're beautiful. My wife is beautiful.
Oh, God. Reynolds is going to have a look.
Did you want to say something, Reynolds?
No, Your Majesty.
Yes, you do.
Now that I am here, his days are good. He is well.
Won't be like this forever.
He is better. Is he not?
Perhaps caution would be
Reynolds,
advisable.
let him be.
If at last they would help one another. They would be together, have a marriage, grow old as one. We would serve them together.
Oh, my gosh. So those two are technically sort of like job married.
But we've never seen Reynolds in the present day.
Oh, no, we haven't.
Whether or not the great experiment will go on past this generation is something only His Majesty can determine.
Well, have you asked His Majesty? Because I think he would agree.
I think he would as well.
I am not sure what information I could possibly possess that one as brilliant as Your Highness could not obtain yourself.
Love it.
Does he know I am here?
He is occupied.
I may be forced to worry that you are holding the king against his will, which would be
treason.
Yes, you dare to speak for him. You are not
Yes.
the king.
No, but I am your queen.
From the moment a king is born, there is no hiding for him. There is no room for
No
illness
wonder he's
or
so,
weakness.
like-
There is only power.
Like on edge all the time because she's constantly drilling this in his head.
George must face Parliament. This is on you now.
Charlotte.
You have to address Parliament. The people need their king.
The most extraordinary.
It is sad that she's turned out to be this way when that was everything she thought
I
against her
was
first.
a most
I know.
extraordinary mother.
Yeah, Brimsley, I wasn't
Love how
I?
she said, this crown is making my neck hurt, but that hair looks like it weighs 10 times more.
Brimsley has something
Your
to say
Majesty,
about
you are
that.
the greatest of queens.
And mothers.
You
Not
are the
mothers.
greatest of queens, yet you share one trait in common with all of the people here in the palace. You serve one person, the king.
Brimsley, you care for me.
Yes. And I will continue to do so until my last days.
Oh, forever loyal.
He's so loyal.
Oh, I love him so much.
Have you any family? Did you
She's
know?
never asked that before.
She's never asked about him.
No, Your Majesty.
Now, I have asked the royal physician, and he says getting a baby out of me shall be quick and painless. Tell me, does it hurt?
Having children
Yes.
is the worst pain imaginable.
I knew it.
Quick and painless. Who's
Yeah,
he
of
trying
course
to
they're
get?
gonna say that because it's the queen. They don't want to put her off.
Only hurts a little.
Don't go back on your
You
words.
shall hardly remember it when it's over.
Because you'll pass out from the pain, probably.
Your garden did not bloom until after Lord Danbury died. What did you mean?
Oh, she's asking questions now.
I wanted to feel alive.
So
That was very cut short.
I have lived a life. Yes.
The vagueness.
You need a quiet place to talk. You were in love with the man after your husband.
It was so short-lived, though.
Did I ever tell you about the Queen's brother?
Or was it someone else?
You and Queen Charlotte's brother.
Excuse me?
Is this completely fabricated, or was he also one of her lovers?
It is lovely to see you.
Oh, it actually might, you know.
I wonder if I might call upon you.
On me?
Oh, Adolphus putting on the move.
Go on!
Mourning, or am I mistaken?
You are out of mourning.
You are over your dead husband, right?
I would like that.
Lady Danbury!
She had men knocking on her door 24/7, you know.
Victoria Justice's best friend brother plays in the background.
I believe that I have just the distraction to help.
I do not need distraction. What I need is to deliver a perfect speech before all of Parliament. Or do you wish me to no longer be king?
Stop.
Charlotte.
Is she alright?
It is coming.
Oh, it's time.
Reynolds!
It's as if she planned it. She said, I can think of the perfect distraction. Click. Water's
Is that
break.
what she actually was planning?
Thank you for coming.
Oh,
Your Majesty,
God.
surely you are not entering that there is womanly work.
What, they don't go in?
There is womanly work.
That is ridiculous.
What? He's not allowed in.
Here's the king. Piss off.
Do you like being Archbishop of Canterbury?
I can make that disappear, bro.
Your Majesty,
Do you believe you can remain Archbishop by defying the head of the Church of England?
God, these men in power here are so strict.
You are here. Stay.
I am here.
Stay.
Please.
Your Majesty, the baby is breech, coming feet
Oh,
first.
even
You have to
worse.
await
no.
the natural evolution.
The way Brimsley's in there still, but turned around.
He's like, I can't look at her the same way again. Oh, it worked. Baby's here.
He is magnificent.
Is he healthy?
Oh, get the poor baby away from this witch.
What, Mother?
I am only asking.
You're asking if there's signs, like hours after he's been born.
I know. I know.
Could he
She's
be
just.
anything but perfection.
She just wants perfection always.
He is perfection.
No! She's out on a date with someone else.
Are you all right?
Yeah, that is rough.
Yes,
I shall get the carriage.
thank you.
I wonder who Adolphus marries then.
Do you know what? I love, though, that Lord Ledger actually cares about his daughter like that. Because
Yeah.
so many other men don't seem involved in their children's lives.
Oh, the Queen has been accused of not being a good mother. And, you know, it happens, sadly.
Hush.
Was she
Stop
alright?
it. Stop it. Now, do not do that.
Wow.
I do not want to know your burdens or hear what problems plague your life. Nor do I care.
This woman
Jesus.
cracks me up.
There were no other options. So, I endured.
No wonder
And
she's
over
so
the years,
tough.
I learnt I need not be content to surrender to the uselessness of female pursuits. I found a way to control my own fate.
So she's basically saying leave love behind and fight for your children.
You have been an admirable adversary thus far. Our battles bring me satisfaction. Do not
Telling her
lose
to woman
control
up.
of your fate, Agatha. How goes life at Buckingham House?
That news depends on what is to become of my son's.
Oh, they just sit here going back and forth.
Oh my god! I think she's impressed.
You can do it, George.
You can do this, George. We believe in you.
Your Majesty.
Oh no. He's got all eyes on him.
What happened? What did you do? He seemed quite fine when he left
He was
here.
not fine. That was merely hope. The heavens, they cannot find me under here. I am hiding. They are thwarted under here.
George, all is well.
It's interesting that he likes being caged in when he gets an estate.
Yeah.
Usually people
He just needs
like to be out.
Yeah, he just needs to hide away in his own little space.
There is no cure. This
He's
is who I am.
accepting it now.
I will be here sometimes, and sometimes I will be. You can leave me.
Oh, this is so sad. Stop.
And I would let you go.
George, I will not leave you.
Should.
He's just so worried about her, but he doesn't realise it's a life that he doesn't deserve as well, being alone.
You will be king. Your children will rule. Together, we are whole.
Even if she says this to him every day, I don't think he'll ever feel good enough.
But always just George.
Just George.
That is all you need to be.
Just George is who she loves.
Yeah, that's who she married.
If the crown cannot go to Parliament,
Bring Parliament.
Yeah.
bring Parliament to the crown.
I mean, they rocked up when she was having the baby, so...
Yeah, I know. They were quite happy to intrude then.
We shall see one another again on your next visit.
No.
Once you go with him.
Would you consider returning home with me as my wife?
Seems to be fast.
Whoa! He's gone from 0 to 100.
And I believe we could be happy together.
Wonder what happened.
I shall await your response.
It would be a comfortable life, but is it what she wants?
But perhaps it's more about fighting for what's right here.
You are a Rachel.
He always gives the nicest compliments.
She's definitely referred to herself as that in the present day, I remember.
Oh, this is so awesome.
Are you ready?
She's always been so focused on him.
Yes.
And it neglected her children.
I know, I think it makes sense. She's been so focused on helping George that she has neglected her children's needs as well. Like, she's just had a baby. We have not seen the baby since George was holding them.
Let us smile and wave. Ready?
Yeah, she has to walk him through it. See, he's much better when he's with her because she is that
And let us
support
go.
and that shoulder to lean on.
There is no one here but us.
You look
You
so unimpressed.
stare. I recognise this song, but I can't put my finger on it.
It said it was called Nobody Gets Me, but I don't know the song. I thought the title was appropriate though.
I hope Parliament is satisfied with this and they can go choke on it.
Given I am the third,
He will be the
we
fourth.
have chosen to name him George IV.
Original.
To your future king.
Oh my god, I saw a half smile on Bute's face. Oh, now it's at a frown.
Lord Ledger is dancing with Violet instead of his wife.
Oh, and she's dancing with the dolphins.
Is it one of those ones where they switch partners?
Maybe. Oh my gosh, please.
You dislike crowds as much as I do. Another way we're a match.
He is
Don't force
pining
it,
for
Adolphus.
this. Yeah.
I would rule, of course, but you would have certain duties as well. We are more egalitarian there. Most of the wives at
I don't know
court
what that
are
word
older
means.
than you, but you will like them. Once you learn the language, I will raise the Danbury children as my own. I will care
Oh,
for them
okay. There we
as I
go.
do you. But I must have an heir.
Oh, this is getting sticky.
Yeah.
Agatha?
Soz, no.
I cannot marry you. It does not change what I know to be true. I cannot marry you. I cannot marry anyone. I never want to be married again.
So she didn't have a love with him. She did lie to Violet.
This is a terrible mistake you are making.
Yeah, I think he does genuinely really like her as well.
Probably a bit of an ego bruise.
He is happy.
You make him happy.
Glad you finally could admit that to her.
Thank you.
Oh.
Oh my god, that's the first nice thing she's ever said all season.
And she called her Your Majesty. Oh, I will always love you. Here we go.
Shall we dance?
He's getting into it now. He's like, yeah, I'm cool with this.
Oh,
they had to keep their love so private.
I want to know what happened so bad.
Reynolds in the late... Don't even do this to me!
What are you doing rustling about out here? How dare you step away from your duties?
Apologies, sir.
Makes me think he died.
I know, that's the impression I'm getting, that he's no longer with them.
Oh, he's an insertion again.
You will have your heir, Mother.
Oh, royal baby, get in!
Victoria thinks it will be a girl.
You can't possibly know that.
With you.
I mean, yeah, we can't really tell that yet. She is over the moon.
Thank you.
She's gonna be the fave daughter-in-law now.
I know.
And he's the fave child. Oh my god, is this the first time she's ever hugged him?
Oh my god, I think it is. Oh, stop it.
Thank you so very much for the...
You refused my brother. Give him hope of union, of happiness, then break his heart at my ball.
Tell me what I might do in order to...
Adolphus will survive. What concerns me is what I am to do with you.
Ooh.
The fact that you did not come to me with your concerns. We are one crown. His weight is mine, and mine is his. I suggest you shift your fear into faith.
So she's gonna give her the title.
Directly.
Yep.
To do otherwise would suggest we are incapable of addressing them.
Charlotte went all queen on her.
I know, she got serious real fast.
I shall send for you soon.
She's still Lady Danbury.
I know. Go on, Queen Charlotte.
You refuse me as well?
I do.
Nonsense, you must.
I must not. For a while.
She's pregnant again.
Oh, hang on.
Charlotte.
God, he's only
You
just...
and me.
He's only just had one, now he's got two.
And them.
She must have been pregnant for over half her life.
Those are my
Oh,
I
she's
believe I
done
told
this
you about
tactfully.
Yes, you did.
She's got
Your
them all
father made them
out.
for you. Every year on your birthday.
She knows, come on. Just
Her way
say
of
it.
saying she knows, because she has a hat that she doesn't want to let go of.
We should sit. Violet, you should leave the hats where they are.
I do know shit.
They are lovely. As you say, cheerful.
That's 100% a metaphor for the memories. Leave the hats where they are, it's like leave the memories the same. She's not going to tell her because she doesn't want to tarnish how she remembers her father.
Very synchronised seating.
George. Do not bother me. In the sky.
George, it is me. It is your Charlotte. I have some news, George. Wonderful news.
Hide under the bed.
I got his attention.
I know,
Just
he's like...
George. Farmer George.
Oh god, this is gonna make me cry.
Hide from the heavens with me.
Oh.
Don't do this to me.
Hello, George.
He remembers her now.
It is
Wow.
quiet here.
He always said the heavens couldn't reach him here.
We have succeeded. Our son, Edward. He has married and his wife is with child. Your line will live on.
Our line.
Oh god. This is too much, man.
Oh my god.
Oh god, don't do this! I can't watch!
Thank you.
She still sees him as just George.
Oh.
You did not go over the wall.
Oh. Just when you think you couldn't get too much.
I did not go over the wall.
She never left him. She was going to leave him on their wedding day. The little feet.
I know! Oh my god, what a way to finish it!
Well, I'm so glad it didn't end with him dying. That's how I thought it would end.
Me too. God, I just need to dry my tears.
I need to blow my nose.
Oh god, that was hard hitting at the end there. Like, we got such a good episode. And there was emotional bits throughout it.
Yeah, I think I
But
cried 4 times.
My eyes were getting teary at some points, like in like the first bit of the episode, but that ending talk about pull your heartstrings. Like, oh my god, I haven't cried like that in a while. Oh my goodness.
I think it kind of demonstrated. Do you remember when Brimsley said to her that she is frozen in time? I think it kind of showed that she is. She lives according to her memories of George, I think. She remembers him how he used to be as just George.
Yeah.
As Farmer George. Even though he's kind of descended more into madness and these moments are more rare for them, bringing him back to the past and their memories together kind of bring them here. And with it showing him as young George, it kind of shows that she still sees him that way and as if they're still young.
Yeah, keeping the happy memories alive, because you find that you don't want to remember the bad stuff. You just want to remember that person at their best and have that memory replaying in your head, because sadly his health is declining. Farmer George is still in there somewhere, and just that brief moment under the bed showed that, you know, they were just themselves, how they've always been. Oh.
Like, so many of their scenes were emotional this episode. Like, the ones that had me really going were the start of the episode when he said he loved her. He finally accepted her love and told her that he loved her.
I know.
And
what
then,
a difference.
Yeah.
What a difference in his demeanour and the way he conducted himself after he admitted he loved her. Like, he was just so much more like himself and like just so much more confident in himself. Like, he could finally express what he thinks in his head about Charlotte, like how lucky he is and how amazing she is, but he was trying to suppress it because he didn't want to get her hopes up for a whole king, as he would say, because he considers himself half a king.
He wants her to have a good life, but I don't think he realises how lonely both of their lives would be, because she would still be married to him, just living in a separate house. She'd be all on her own, and she was miserable enough on the honeymoon. I think she'd definitely take being with the man that she loves over spending a whole life alone. And he doesn't realise that he doesn't deserve this either. His mental illness is not his fault. He sees himself as mad and unworthy of love, but he is more than worthy of it.
Of course, he deserves it like anybody else does. And his illness should not define who he is either. And we saw, like, he made no progress in his illness while he was being treated by Monroe. But we saw a difference when he was being treated by Charlotte very quickly. Like, when he had to deliver that speech to the ball full of people and just walk down those stairs, all it took was just a lot of reassurance and telling him that he is supported and loved, and that made a slight difference. And that was miles more than whatever Monroe could have done for George. Like, it just shows that, I mean, it won't cure him, but the temporary relief of being, like, having an episode, having that support, love, and just having that person there beside you does make a difference.
Maybe Charlotte was always so hard on her kids with continuing the line because she wanted to have that moment to tell George that his line would continue. She was so happy. She bust in there, ready to tell him.
Happy.
And she wanted a moment where he was himself again, not just telling him willy-nilly while he was drawing on the wall. She wanted a special moment and to tell him so that he would understand. And even once he realised, like, Edward is having a son, it was like he remembered who his son was and the fact that he would now be a grandfather and his line would live on after him.
I know, like, you could see his eyes light up again, and
it's just such a shame that her children never felt they had a mother because of how hard she's been on them and how focused she is on the king.
Yeah, she devoted all her time and energy on King George, and it seems that she did neglect her children. They didn't really know her, which is really sad. And when she hugged her son, like, it looked like he had never hugged her in their lives. Like, that kind of affection he never experienced from his own mum. Like, it just shows how abandoned they must have felt and betrayed, that, you know, their mother keeps on drumming into their heads, we need a royal baby, you guys aren't trying hard enough, you need to do this. And yet she has the audacity to do that, but she's never given an ounce of her time to them.
And I have more respect for the Dowager Princess after this episode as well, after her conversation with Lady Danbury, and also finally admitting to Charlotte that the king is happy, because she was saying how she thinks that she's trying to take over the crown, but I think she realised with how strong he was throughout that whole ball that Charlotte's just there by his side for him because he needs her.
For sure, like she actually said a thank you, like
whoa.
Never thought we'd hear these words come out of her mouth. She has been like really uptight, aggressive the whole time, but that one moment with Charlotte, I did have a bit of respect for her after that, and I was not expecting it. So it did seem like she finally accepted the situation and just allowed the Queen to do her thing, because clearly what she was doing with George is working. So I guess she thought, yep, double thumbs up from me, you crack on, love. Like, you've got what it takes, and you've made Butte satisfied. That's got one asshole off my back. So yeah, all good on her end.
And another really emotional bit was when Brimsley and Reynolds were dancing, and then it transitioned to him dancing by himself.
Oh my god, that was, I was so close to full-blown streaming my eyes out at that.
If I was watching this on my own, I would have paused that to cry.
Just seeing those two dance like that, and you could tell that they were so in love and keeping their little like relationship secret from everybody because it would have been forbidden.
We don't even know what's happened to him, but it still breaks my heart.
Spin-off for Brimsley and Reynolds. I hope in the next season of Bridgerton with Colin and Penelope, like, I don't know, I just hope we get a little like tidbit about those two. I know it's quite far-fetched, but we do see Brimsley at times in regular Bridgerton, so maybe he might say what happened to Reynolds. Like, it looks like he is dead because he's not there. Unless he's been flown off to another royal person to look after, but it looks like he is no longer there living. So would like to know what happened to him.
Yeah, and even if it's just like a word. But it seems that Charlotte never even knew that they were together.
No.
I thought perhaps they'd got caught, or he'd got found out for being gay or something and then kicked out. But
it doesn't look like it though.
Yeah,
Charlotte never
Brimsley's
knew.
still there, and Charlotte never knew that he had loved someone. So
they kept their love a very good secret for no one to pick up on it.
Surprisingly.
Like, I know, like all these years together, they kept it very, very quiet. But it's just like when they pan, like they did this with like at the very end when they pan to old and young, like with the whole Brimsley thing dancing on his own. And then with the Queen and King going between ages, oh my god, their transitions are brilliant. They really invoke so much emotion and such with just that. Like, oh god, when they said that line when she didn't go over the wall, like, oh, just such a flashback to the first episode. And he remembers that, like, his first ever memory of the Queen and when he loved her, like, oh god, I'm just so soppy. I love all that, like, cute stuff. So yeah, had me bawling my eyes out.
Such a great spin-off. And it's funny, someone commented on one of our Bridgerton videos from like season 1 episode 4 where we said I'd really like a spin-off with Queen Charlotte, and it happened. Like, how crazy is that?
We just predict stuff, like we just predict stuff so well.
Look,
so I'm
could
happy
thank us for
we should
this spin-off, just saying.
Yeah, I think we've like manifested it into existence. So yeah, good to know that there's that in the locker if we ever want something else. I mean, we could manifest Brimsley and Reynolds, you know, it might come out, who knows.
I don't know if there'd be enough material for them.
I know, maybe not. But just at least tell us what happened in Bridgerton.
To know what happened, at least. Just, you know, oh, Reynolds died when he was 42 from tuberculosis or something like that, just to know.
Yeah, just a little tidbit. Keep me satisfied. I just hate not knowing. This whole spin-off Episodes 1 to 6, so good.
Yeah, besides that, this was a great ending. Like, I don't think anything was left open. Just that.
No, everything closed. We found out Lady Danbury's going to keep the title.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was the thing that we wanted to, you know, get a conclusion on. Everything worked out well. Like, this whole spin-off has been amazing from start to finish. Like, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it's really making me buzz for when Bridgerton comes out again with their next season. Just looking forward to
wait for the next Bridgerton season has been too long. I'm fuming.
I know, it's been way too long, but I'm just so looking forward to it, and this has definitely boosted that excitement.
That's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching our reaction to episode 6 of Queen Charlotte. If you want to watch our uncut reactions, the link to the Patreon page will be in the description below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
I like 'em sweet but naughty, dimples on the cheeks, I bet you taste like